takes to rise above it all. So now you know the stories are real. What it takes is the fire you feel. Keep pushing on, no time for breaks. That's what it really takes.
What's going on, guys? You know what time it is. It's time for What It Really Takes podcast. Yes, I'm your host, John Gettis. So listen, welcome back, guys. We are getting ready to get started. If you have not done so yet, do me a favor. If you're new here, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor. It is a new year, the year 2025, second day of the year. We're here. If you have not done it, do me a favor. Leave a comment, comment, and subscribe. Let somebody know that we are in the room on What It Really Takes podcast. We are getting ready to launch into our first episode of the year. If you're here, you might want to do it. Might want to. So let's go. Get ready. I say it every week. Same thing. Let's do it. You ready? Oh, just in case you didn't know, this is a live broadcast. It is late. It is the evening. If you're up, come on, hang out with us. Let's do it. You ready? It's real. It's really real. Welcome, guys, to What It Really Takes podcast. I'm your host, John Gettis. Yes, I am. I'm here. The present. We made it. 2025. We are here. We are in color. We are present. What it do. That's it. So, listen. Again, I want to not take too much of the time. I want to make this happen. Make it do what it do. All right, guys. What It Takes podcast. Welcome again to What It Really Takes podcast. I'm your host, John Gettis Jr. Today, we're getting ready to dive into some amazing things as we get ready to kick off the new year. This is episode 9 for us. So we started in the latter part of the year of 2024, and we are still kicking, and we are still moving. So we want to kick off tonight with a good one. Better yet, I know some people are interested in what we're about to talk about, what we're about to dive into. So that's what we're going to dive in. So as we dive in, we're going to dive into a powerful conversation about kicking off our new year, year 2025. Today, making sure we level up, making sure we're going to the next level, making sure that we are doing things that, guess what, we don't settle, we don't sit back, we don't normalize the old way we used to do things. But this is a new year. It calls for us to do something different, calls for us to do something outside the box. And I'm hoping, that's all I can do. All I can do is hope that when we get finished, that you don't fade out in February after starting out strong, okay? That you don't fade out in February after starting out strong. So let's see where we at. Make sure we are good to go. Yeah. Today, let's talk about it. Let's be about it. All right, so let's do this. The first thing I want to talk about tonight, as we go into the minds, change the new way of doing things, mindsets, new habits, mostly importantly, new standards. We got to talk about one thing very interesting is about why resolutions fail. Why do they fall apart? Why do they not work? Why do they seem as though we come in with 2020, whatever, we're in 2025 now, and we start out the year the same way, but we want to finish a little better than what we ended last year. Some people, they'll say, yeah, I did very well. I accomplished this, I accomplished that. That's good, wonderful, excellent, great. I'm glad to hear that. But many millions of people set goals, and many of people don't reach them. Many of us, many of people, I've done it year after year, time after time, saying what I want to do, what I want to strive to do. Some people set out and their goal is I want to lose weight. Some people I want to gain weight. Some people I want more money. Some people I want a business. Some people I want to do something excellent in the community. Some people just want to be a better self and have no goal or idea of how to get there. They don't, none of it. Just I've got a goal. I just want to do something. I want to become something. I want to be great. I want to be grand. I want to be. Everybody has the I want to be and I want to do at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year of every year. But I'm hoping that after tonight's conversation, you're not going to want to in January and maybe in February and in March just forget about it. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that that's not the idea that will come into your head. I'm hoping that you do not fade out by March before the first quarter is over, before second quarter begins, before the halfway marks begins. But it is to actually think yourself through, to become more, to figure it all out. To become, because without resolutions, without commitment, all it is just dreams. All right, listen, that's all it is. All it is dreams when it's not being committed to. When there's no commitment to it, you're just dreaming. You know what dreams are? Dreams are something that, guess what? You can go to sleep and you don't have to pay them. Some people pay for them dreams because they get you to get up and do things that you shouldn't be doing. They get you on edge. They get you bothered. But resolutions, you have to be committed to them. You have to be sold out to it to the point that, guess what? I'm going to get it done. You got to make it up in your mind, solely yourself first, not to anybody else, but to yourself first. You got to know that, guess what? This is what I want to see done. This is what I want to see happen. This is what I'm believing for. This is what I'm hoping for. I don't want to take a hope. I want to take hope and also put commitment behind it, put consistency behind it. Resolutions don't fail because of lack of motivation. They fail because there's a lack of standards. Because where there is a lack of standards, so you don't got it all the way together. You're just like, oh, my standard is this, and I'm gonna do it the same way I did it last year. And I just want to know, how did that work out for you? Well, it got me by, but it didn't allow you to excel. It didn't allow you to succeed. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm having a serious one where the requirement is like, oh, do more. You know how that comes, like, oh, man, you got to do more. And you're like, excuse me, do you not know that I feel like I'm doing X, Y, Z, and above and beyond. That's what I feel like. And you're saying do more? Man, okay. That's what we got to do. We have to be committed to doing a little extra. We have to be committed to going the extra mile. We got to be committed to going to the next level. We got to be committed to doing it, because if you're not committed to doing it, I promise you, ain't nobody gonna force you to do it. Ain't nobody gonna push you to do it. Ain't nobody, they'll say, oh, you can do it, but they ain't gonna push you. You got to be able to push yourself. You got to be able to not just live off of motivation, but you have to also live off of standards. And you have to set standards early in order to achieve your goal. In order to achieve your goal, you must set standards early. If you don't have a standard, you won't have a marker to meet. I talk about it all the time. In order to meet your goals, you have to take steps in the direction of what it's supposed to look like. Standards are baselines of how you show every day that guess what, you're making progress. Standards show that guess what, man, did I meet the standard of what I'm expected to see happen in my dreams, or what am I expected to see happen in 2025? Am I meeting the standard of what an entrepreneur really looks like? Am I meeting the standard of what a real podcaster looks like? Am I meeting the standard of what a real visionary looks like? Am I meeting the standard of what it really looks like to be a great person, to be a great friend, to be something more than what I was before? Am I meeting that standard? But if you're not meeting the standard day to day, then when you get to the end of the quarter, you'll come up short. Why will I come up short? Because every day I couldn't meet the standard. That's why it's important to make standards, make practices, make days like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is my goal. This is what I'm trying to achieve. This is what I want to see. I do not want to set back in anything in my day ever. I got to be consistent. I got to continue to maintain focus. I got to continue to push through. I've got to have a standard like, hey, if I didn't meet this level, minimum, I've got to meet this level. But you cannot be satisfied with the minimum level. You can't be satisfied with just being, okay, this is the level that I'm at. This is the level that I'm going to be on. This is the level that I'm going to go to. No, the standard is just one level. The standard is not the end all be all, but standards help you to make sure you do not digress in the place in which you're trying to go. You'll say that, guess what, that's unsatisfactory. You will stay outside of that place every single day. So you must continue. If you want to be successful in this year or the year to come, you have to consistently stay on the level of your standards. You got to set them early. You got to set them up for your life. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Standards are not just one-sided, but also standards. You must build new standards. All right, building new standards. Building new standards is very interesting, right? Because having a standard is one thing, but sometimes that standard needs to be built more, create a new one when the old one did not work, because you may have been settling when you should have been exceeding. You may have been settling when you should have been going after more. So sometimes every year you have to reevaluate what level you're on. Has it become easy? Has it become not of an effort? And it's less of that. I understand. You would say that I'm in my bag, I'm in my zone, I'm in this, but 9 times out of 10, the person that grows the most or is developing the most is the one that actually challenges themselves to do better, to do more. Well, I don't want to do. I promise you, if you want to exceed and you want to do more, you want to be who you want to be or called to be, however you want to put it, you have to do more. You have to do more. Here's the key. Here's the key. Your life will always rise to the level of your standard. Listen, here's the key. Your life will always raise to the level of your standard. So whatever standard you have, that's as far as it will go. If you have a mindset that, guess what, I'll be broke. You have a mindset that, guess what, it won't be enough. You have a mindset that, guess what, I'm not qualified. If you have the mindset that, guess what, oh yeah, I don't sit the part, I don't look the part, whatever. If you got the mindset, it can only go as far as you think. It can only go as far as you hope. It can only go as far as you are committed and you are driven to the standard of what you feel and what level you feel as though, hey, that's what I'm talking about. This is all I'm required to do. I promise you, you won't get nothing else out of life. You won't get nothing else out of what you are putting in because your standards are too low. And many times we're thinking about this standards about people and standards about this and standards about that. It's not about that. It's about really your standards about what you are you're endeavoring to do and endeavoring to get to. How do you get there? You have to learn. And guess what? You got to really think about it. Is your standards? Is your standard is to never leave the house without brushing your teeth? You'll never leave the house without brushing your teeth. Why? Because that is a goal. That is a non-negotiable for you. That is something that gets you like, man, listen, I don't want to go out here with my breath humming. I just want to make sure that, guess what, when I say hello, they don't be like, oh, I want to make sure when I say good night, listen, ooh, I don't want to hear the ooh. I don't want to hear, oh man, what? Why are you crying? Crying? I'm not crying. Listen, no, it's your breath. Listen, it's certain things that are as a non-standard. So what if you treat your goals the same way? You got to treat your goals as though that, guess what, there are certain things in my goals that, guess what, is non-negotiable. I'm going to get up, I'm going to pray. It's non-negotiable. When I get up, I'm going to go after it. When I get up, I'm going to find a target. When I get up, I'm going to find something that, guess what, I'm supposed to achieve, and I'm going to achieve it. It is non-negotiable that, guess what, we will not continue to tack off the things on our checklist to get to the next level and the next plateau in life. It may be challenging. It may not be consistent at first, but even as we were growing up, our parents would teach us the same things. They would teach us little small things. And then guess what? As you grew up, sometimes you'll be like, oh, well, I feel as though I ain't got to do that because you feel as though you're grown. I get it. Feeling as though you're grown. But you got to understand that some of those non-negotiables to still carry over. It's the same thing with our lives. You got to continue to live in a life and live in a style. And guess what? Things are non-negotiable. This year, I challenge you to set 3 non-negotiables in your life. 3 of them. Three non-negotiables in your life. Non-negotiables for your mindset is 1. This is one that you have to set. My mindset cannot change. What your thoughts are will have to no longer be entertained. You cannot entertain the thoughts of your mind all the time. Your mindset has got to be, I've got to get this done. Your mindset has got to be, I got to get to the next level. Your mindset is, man, I'm tired. No, nope. My mindset is, even though I'm tired, I still got to meet the goal. Because along the way, you set time for breaks and time for relief. You set times to be to yourself. You set time to be that, guess what? I do not experience burnout in the year. You have to set your mind up. They say, hey, listen, you gonna get to rest. You're going to get to a break. You're going to get to kick your feet up. You're going to get the chance to go and play in the sand. You're going to get a chance to go. So listen, you got to set it up that way. And it's got to be non-negotiable. So that way, when your mind starts to go to a place and say, oh, no, we not doing this tonight. We not going to go and go do 10 reps. We're not going to go and do the walk. We're not going to go do the talk. We're not going to go and have a conversation. We're not going to go and make the business plan. We're not going to go, No, we're gonna have plenty of time. Next year, we're going to have plenty of time. In the next 6 months, we're going to have plenty of time. In the next week to relax, to chill out, to decompress, to unplug, whatever it is. Whether it is decompressing every single day, I encourage you to decompress every single day. Hey, listen, you got to have time in your day. But when it's time to go, it's time to go. When it's time to do, it's time to do. When it's time to grind, it's time to grind. When it's time to make it happen, it's time to make it happen. So you have to make sure that your mind does not play that game on you. You got to make sure that, guess what, is non-negotiable. I won't entertain that, guess what, I can't do it. Or why? Because I can. Another non-negotiable for you is got to be your time. Your time has got to be non-negotiable. What distractions will you eliminate? It's the question. In order to make sure that you are maximizing the time that you need to be productive, the time that you need to be going to the next level, the time you need to be studying, the time you need to be homing in on your craft, the time you need to be researching, the time you need to be saying, oh, I see you. I'm paying attention. I'm about to go to the next level. Listen. What time are you doing? If what you're doing is not building or not crafting what's next for you, then what are you doing? You're wasting time. Time is critical because, as you guys know, we are already past the middle of the week, and we're getting ready to go over into another week again. And guess what? You're like, where'd the time go? Everybody know that. Guess what? It's new year, new day, new this. This is day number 2, and it's passed as fast as day number 1 did. But what have you achieved? In day number 2 of January, what have you achieved? What have you pushed past? What have you made non-negotiable for you? That guess what? I've got to get this done. I got to make it happen. And I promise you, if you take the time just to do it, it can get done. All right. Number three non-negotiable for this year, it's got to be for you is your energy. Your energy. Who and what will no longer drain you? You got to make sure that you have energy to be able to do the things that are necessary for what's next. It's non-negotiable. I'm not going to waste energy on you. I'm not going to waste time on you. I'm not going to waste none of that negative energy, positive energy, none of it. Now, listen, positive and negative energy, it ain't going your way. It ain't good. Listen, I ain't wasting it because I'm trying to get to the next level. I'm trying to get to the next place. If you know that, guess what? Your energy is higher at the end of the day. Maximize the end of your day. If you know at the beginning of your day, your energy is higher. You're able to function better. You're able to do better. Some people are only able to function better after they eat, after they call somebody. Listen, whatever it is that keeps your energy at the level of being productive, to make the move, to make the adjustment, whatever it is, and it's not draining you, get the stuff done during that time. That's what you got to do. You have to do it at your peak time to get it done. Man, well, in the morning I don't feel like walking. Oh, in the evening I don't feel like walking. Okay, that means I'm hoping that in the evening you feel like walking. Man, and in the evening I definitely don't feel like walking. Then guess what? You need to reevaluate your goals, because ain't no way you gonna lose 20 pounds if you cannot find any time to walk. You don't have energy to walk. You don't got time to walk. Listen, you might want to think about it. Are you really committed to really doing something like that? If your commitment's not there, it won't be done. Again, we talked about that. If your energy is not there, it's the same thing. You will not be committed. It's got to be non-negotiable. That guess what? At this time, at this point in the day, this is what's going to happen. This is what I'm going to spend my energy on. This is what I'm going to spend my time on. This is what I'm going to push toward. You got to do it in your maximize your time and maximize your energy. Maximize it. Ain't nobody going to stop you. Listen, and do this for me. With those 3 things, you got to make sure that, guess what? I have my 3 non-negotiables. These are the things, and you got to make it visible. Write it down. Write down what is your ones that, guess what? You're not going, your energy. What you're not going to waste your energy on this year. What are you going to make sure that, guess what? You're not wasting time. What are you going to do about your mindset? How are you going to make sure my mindset stays well? Write it down. Writing is better than anything else. Just thinking about it, saying, oh yeah, I think I'm going to do it. No. Don't just think about it. Write it down. Make it visible. Write it down in the notebook. Make it on you want to go digital, do it digital. Write it on a notepad. Save it as your screensaver. So every time you unlock your phone, you'll see that, guess what? What's non-negotiable. You'll see what you need to now to achieve. You'll see now what you need to now get better at. You'll see it. Listen, you look at everything else. So why not put up what is non-negotiable? Put it up on the bathroom wall. Put it up in the car. Put it up wherever you want to. People going to ask questions. Listen, it don't matter. Let them ask. But at the end of the day, it's non-negotiable. Listen, push to it and make it happen. Number 3, let's talk about number 3's topic. The power to be accountable. Accountability. The power of accountability is very important. Here's the next piece to the puzzle. We just putting it together to make sure that we continue to grind out and make things happen. Okay? So here's the piece of the puzzle you need to know. You can't do this alone. All right. Hello out there. Listen, you can't do this alone. One thing is for sure, you can't do this alone. You can try at your best time, but doing this alone, nah. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they don't need accountability. All right, I'll let you think about it. That is one of the biggest mistakes people make, that they feel as though they don't need accountability to somebody, for somebody, in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm just going to do it myself, and I'm going to just make it happen with no accountability. Accountability is a secret weapon that many people don't want you to know about. Famous people have it. Celebrities have accountability partners. Probably your greatest role models have accountability partners. They have people that they look up to, people that's going to hold them to the fire. Have you done this? Have you posted? Have you shown up? Have you made the move? You can't be like that. Accountability partners are supposed to be there in thick and through thin. Like, hey, they'll tell you what's good you want to hear and what bad you don't want to hear, because they want to make sure that you are seeing your vision come to pass. And yes, I know it is a fearful thing to have somebody in your corner and not being able to trust them. Then that's not your accountability partner. If you can't trust them in a conversation, can't trust them that guess what, they'll hold it dear, or can't trust them that guess what, they gonna tell you what's right and what's wrong. Listen, then maybe, just maybe, just maybe, just a little maybe. I'm not gonna say a whole big maybe. Maybe that's not the perfect accountability partner for you. All right, you got to find somebody that won't let you settle. All right. You got to find somebody in the accountability realm that won't let you settle. If every time you turn around, you give an idea, you give a vision, you say, man, I'm not looking to go to the gym today. I'm not looking to post today. I'm not looking to do anything, man. I just don't feel like it. And they say, oh, listen, don't. It's all right. It's fine. It's all good. Every single time they don't never tell you, listen, no, we're going to do it. What you need help from me from? How can I help you? What do you need? You said you need somebody to take you. You just don't feel like go. I'll take you to the gym. Where is the accountability that's trying to make sure that guess what, my dreams become a reality? My friend, not just my friend, but my accountability partner will ensure that guess what, we get there together. Somebody that will call you out when you start slipping. Yeah, that's what you need. You need a person that's going to call you out and say, man, nope, you slipping. I ain't seen you in about 5 days at the gym. I ain't seen you in about 5 days posting. I ain't seen you in 5 days showing up. I haven't seen you. Where you been? What's going on? What's on your mind? What's really happening? You can't quit. You can't give up. This is the third month. This is the second month. This is whatever it is to check in on you. Many people don't take the time to check in on anybody or think about anybody, and that's because sometimes it's because they ain't got accountability partner either. So it's you gotta have accountability partners that actually share the same nature, that share the same thing, in order to make sure we see each other win and grow. All right. Let's see. And if you, like I said, if you don't have that person in your corner, I will tell you right now. Listen, I'll tell you right now. Until you find one, you listen. You listen. I'll help you out. You put the goal out there. I'll help you. Sometimes you need somebody just to be like, hey, this is what my goal is. I ain't jealous of nobody. So listen, if you doing it, you doing it. If that's your goal, that's your goal. This is what you want to do. This is what you want to do. Let me help you get to that next level. If I don't see you post, I ask you where's the post from yesterday? Where's the 2:30 post? Where's this post? Where are you? What are you doing? Where's the business plan? Where are you? Where's the name of the business? Where are you? Where's the vision? Where are you? It's that type of person, and listen. I want that type of person that's gonna make me almost sick of them. That they ask me so many questions about my dreams and aspirations that I said that I wanted to do in the year 2025. If your accountability partner don't make you sick of them asking, you'd be like, man, I wish I never told you. But see, they're not trying to take your vision. They're not trying to take what you're trying to do. They're not trying to do it for themselves and see if they could do it better. They just trying to see you do because they want to see you win. That's a different type of level. That's a different type of friend. That's a different type of accountability person that, guess what, just want to see you win, irregardless of what level it is. I don't care if we playing on the same level, if we playing on the same plateau. Listen, all I want to do is see you win. I give you the tools, what you gonna do with it? If I give you the plan, what you gonna do with it? You got to do something with it. Right here, every week on this podcast, I could be your friend that helps you to be accountable. We'll talk about accountability more and more throughout the year. But remember, accountability isn't all about having someone else check in on you. It's also about you checking in with yourself. Hello. If somebody else is not checking in on you, if they're not tapping you on the shoulder, if they're not ringing your phone, if they're not texting you, if they're not emailing you, if they're not just, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'm going to tell you why it's absolutely fine. Because at the end of the day, you have check-ins with yourself. At the end of the day, you have to. I tell you all the time, I've said it over and over again on this podcast, that self-evaluation is a tool and a mastery of tools that will help you get through the worst of days, the best of days, and also the next day. Because if you know for yourself that you're doing okay or you're not doing okay, you could then make the adjustments and make the alignments that you need to make, period. So you have to ask yourself, did I show up today? That's a question. You can write it down into your note. Hey, did I show up today? Did I show up to play? Did I show up to be the best version of me? Did I show up to be more than just mediocre? Did I show up to meet the standard? Did I show up to be above and beyond what I've ever expected? Did I show up to be the business entrepreneur? Did I show up to be the greatest podcaster? Did I show up to be a good friend? Did I show up to be a person that, guess what, is not just at this level and don't want to go to the next level? Did I show up today? Did it align with the standard that I set for the year? And guess what? This is what we're going to achieve. That's the question. Did you show up today? That's the question you got to ask yourself every single day. Every single day, you ask that question. At the end of the day. Don't ask it at the beginning of the day. Ask it at the end of the day before you go to sleep, so that way when you wake up, you don't wake up the same way you did yesterday and don't achieve anything that you needed to achieve because you didn't take time to swallow the toughest pill to swallow and say that, guess what, today wasn't a great day for me. Today was just terrible, flat out terrible. It was terrible. I needed to do something different. All right? So do something for yourself and require yourself to show up. Require yourself to show up. You have to require yourself to show up. Nobody else is going to push you to show up all the time. But you have to have that accountability with yourself right now at the second day of the year to say, I'm requiring the best version of John, best version of me to show up every single day in 2025. I promise you, I will have days that, guess what, I will pencil in. And guess what? This is my relaxed day. This is my chill day. This is my decompressed day. This is my week that, guess what, I ain't doing nothing. You got to have it in there. But if you don't have a plan, then you don't know where the goal is. And guess what? I'm going to get to that point. I'm going to get to that place and you do better. Because that's the only way to figure out the pattern and the routine to actually be healthy mentally, emotionally, in your mind and in yourself to become a better version of yourself. Period. This is it right here as we get ready to wrap everything up, is that you must cast vision for 2025. I know many people do it. They write down what they want to do, what they want to see successful, how they want to see the year, what's on their to-do list. Make a new one. Make a new one. Make a new vision board. Make a new digital vision board. Make a new goal list for this year. Who you want on the podcast, who you want, what you want to do, what business you want to start, what you want to see happen with your money, what you want to see, how you want to escalate your giving, how you want to do things for your community. Escalate, put it on there. Show that, guess what? I'm not afraid of it being possible. Yeah, thank you, God. Listen, you have to put it on there. You have to put it up on the poster. And like I said, what's your vision for 2025? You have to have a vision for what you want to see happen. Nothing just happens just because. It happens because you plan it. Things don't happen just because. Things happen because you plan it. You get promotions because you plan, you studied, you prepared for what was next a long time ago. I'm talking about deep vision. I'm talking about a vision that, guess what, is not like anybody else's vision. You got to do a deep search and know what you want to become by the end of the year. You want to know what you want to achieve by the end of the year. Spend some time journaling on what you want to become. Well, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm this, I'm that, I've achieved this. All right. There's so much more that you can achieve. Your wildest dreams cannot even fathom what in actuality can come to you. You got to write down the vision. And sometimes as you're writing, what's going to happen is it's going to open up your mind to more things. Man, I didn't think about that. That right there, what I wrote down or what I picked up, that was basic. But what I'm trying to get to now is more than that. What do I want to meet before December 31st, 2025 hits here? You have to reverse engineer this whole thing. You have to figure out how it's supposed to be laid out. You have to figure out what are you supposed to do, what habits you're going to have to get rid of, what habits you need to pick up, what boundaries do you need to make, what boundaries do you need to enforce, what really needs to happen in order to make sure that, guess what, you make 2025 the year that, guess what, nobody ever thought you could ever achieve. What do you have to do? What will be that level of experience? What will be the level of your expectations of this year? What are you going to do? Where you want to live? What you want to drive? What money do you want to make? How much money do you want to make? How much do you want to make in a month? How much you want to make in 6 months? How much do you want to do? What do you want to do? If you don't write it down, how can you say you want it? How can you say you need it? If you want to see something happen, you want to see something become, you have to have a vision. You have to have a boundary. You have to have, listen, if it gets me too far to the left, then guess what? I got to let it go. If it takes me off course, I got to let it go. Because the ultimate goal is to meet that level at all times. Is to meet that level. So, listen, 2025 is not in Jetson history, but 2025 is in current play right now. All right, listen, it is here. So in 2025, let's do new standards, new levels, new outcomes, and become exactly what we have always desired to become. Let's not settle for nothing. Let's not sit back and let things just play out. Let us be what we are supposed to be, and let's grow together. Listen, thank you for tuning in tonight to What It Really Takes podcast. I'm your host, John Gettis. Yes, this is episode 9. I hope that this has sparked something in you to share it, to also for you to do something with it, with what you've heard. And don't forget to do me another favor. like, comment, and subscribe. If you already subscribed to the channel, thank you. If you have not done so, listen, share with somebody else and give them the opportunity as well to like, comment, and subscribe and become and hit that notification bell so that way they know every single time that we come on. So listen, I'm gonna say it like this because I ain't gonna say it again. That this will be the greatest year that we've ever had before. And listen, I'm John Gettis, and I'll see you next week on the podcast. And let's do it one big one and crush 2025. I'll see you next week. Guys, you have a good one.